in a very close series. But and those two players look like they are the people to win. But it looks like we're getting into the game actually, and it is God and matr0x. So why don't you take us off on the style of Hectic with your thoughts, good sir?
Well, Guard hit 3 rails in a row, which is exactly what you want to do with that spawn. So, 4 in a row. So, 5 in a row.
Can we have more?
That's exactly what he wanted to do.
Wonderful
yes.
insight there. Well, I mean, do you have any predictions, any idea about Hectic, or any things that you want to talk about with Hectic?
I mean, the key right here is for him to not take too much damage before he gets to the next item cycle, because that's when he'll really solidify his control. And unfortunately, he fell off and didn't get the red. So kind of the opposite thing happened, and now it's anyone's map.
And that is quite a strong amount of damage there from matr0x as God finds himself off the spawn, gets a yellow pickup at least, but look, the damage is incoming from all angles, all crevices. There are rails seeping through onto God as he tries to defend this upper area, but he's got no rockets now, so he falls back. Not the strongest of positions. matr0x could really push in for a kill, but he's being cautious, maintaining some position. And position, of course, very important, very crucial aspect of Quake. And there you go.
Yeah, finally, he really played it perfectly there to get both the meta and red and the mega. If he had gone for one prematurely, he would have given Guard a chance to get the other, but he didn't.
matr0x picks up a green. He's looking pretty strong so far, but Hectic is very similar to FACEIT, and Guard just hits just that one rocket, and now he can just rush matr0x down. Nothing spawning for 5 seconds. He just, he missed the crucial rail. Can he get any damage though? He missed again. There you go. That's the mistake from Guard, missing. I mean,
yeah, this map is built on clutch plays when you're the down player.
I remember in my duel theory video, I talked about like how when you're trying to be a jeweler, like you can't rely on thinking about aim when you're trying to improve because it's inconsistent inherently. But this is one of those maps where you have to build plays on that. You have to build everything around that because it's such a fast-paced map. It's so close quarters, and there's so many situations where you just have to rely on aim. And here is Guard and matr0x trying to face off here on the long distance. Guard trying to shoot those rails across, but Guard right now is actually hitting relatively well with the rail. He's hit 52%, 9 of 17 versus the 50% of matr0x as well. So they're both connecting with rails at the moment, which is very crucial for a map like this. Guard though, can he maintain his life as he hits another long range rail? Great little flick there from the Lithuanian as he manages to pick up the 25 as well. So he's looking in a dire state at the moment. Anything will really kill him. One rail will definitely kill him. Oh, not anymore. He's managed to pick up enough health to survive at least a rail, but still, taking a rail is just going to put him down to nothing. So he does take the mega, and matr0x is like, okay, well I have position, you can have the mega, I've got position, but he didn't really make much of it. And actually Guard got away there, like a little bit better than he should have done, and he's still alive. And matr0x is not really pushing his lead in the way that he should be at the moment, as he tries to find more angles. Oh, I love that little grenade. I haven't seen that before. I've never seen someone do that before. And there is Guard actually trying to defend, and the viciousness of matr0x will cause Guard to lose his life. There as Guard gets caught again off the spawn. Rocket jump across to the rail from matr0x. I like that actually. I mean, the 50 could have been up, he didn't know. Gets him onto the yellow. If Guard would have spawned on the rail, he could manage to close the distance, remove that possibility for Guard, and finds even more kills off the spawn. And this is very Hectic-like.
Indeed. He's vulnerable.
And the follow-up coming in. Hectic is one of those maps which is like, sometimes all it seems is both players are rushing each other, a bit like Airwalk. But then when you find a player that's really adept on a map like this, it can look kind of quite different. But right now, both of these players, the way they want to play it, is just completely momentum-based, much like you see on Airwalk. Just back-to-back kills, back-to-back pressure on one another. There's a rocket jump up. This is dangerous stuff from Guard, very dangerous. And look, he gives not only 3 damage to his opponent, but he gives away the red as well. And matr0x doesn't have any weapons, but he's got the situation for a rocket fight at close range. That's what you want. That's what he had. And he gets even the trade of kills there, which is a good result. I mean, he gets to stop the momentum of his Polish counterpart as matr0x picks away that Mega. God is not able to really punish him, and he's left with 14 points of health. matr0x gets the frag. Oh, good rocket damage, but matr0x still looking strong here. So, what is your prescription for God at the moment?
I mean, he's doing the right thing there. He's hitting rails, so...
Yeah, I know, right?
I wish I just told him to hit a rail, and then I would have been
he hit another one when you said rail.
Oh, fantastic. That's the right idea. No, I mean, what he really needs is he needs something like what matr0x had earlier in the game, where matr0x got maybe 3 or 4 clean red Mega item cycles in a row. That gave him, you know, a 200 armor, 100 hit point stack that he could just rush guard with right before the items came up, and you know, it netted him about 5 points. So I mean, guard needs something analogous to that.
And God is actually doing pretty well right now. Oh my God! As I say that. Sorry?
He's spending a bit too much of his stack there, I think, because now he's not going to make it back to the red.
It looked like a good fight, but it all turned around. God is really...
I mean, it worked out for him, but he doesn't have as solid a stack now, so he could get rushed in the next 10 seconds, maybe. Whereas I think if he waited another item cycle, kind of like matr0x had done earlier in the game...
Oh!
Well, that's unfortunate.
matr0x completely misreading the situation, gives away a frag for free, and not only is it a frag for free, it's a frag for free on Hectic, and on Hectic you have to always be dealing damage. And look at this stack. When does this stack happen? When is this stack a good idea on Hectic? Like God has. But look, matr0x at least is dealing with the situation, finding his remedy in 3-4 rails in a row, 5 rails in a row. Great stuff from matr0x. Just managing to make it happen, just when he needs to. And as you said, this is the map of clutch plays, and that was a clutch play if ever one was to be called a clutch play. And God here trying to defend that red a little bit, dealing damage to matr0x. He's screaming, and there finally he does die. So 3 minutes left. It's a tight game. It's looking really close at this point. The play has seemingly slowed down significantly from earlier, but still, look at that. matr0x is really just winning out on the aim there, and that's really what it is. And God does have the higher percentage, and so far, actually, the score is the same, but the difference in damage is 500 more damage for God. So God actually dealing more damage than his opponent, and the pickups are much more in the favor of matr0x. matr0x with much better item control cycling. Generally, he's managed to make himself 2 frags in the lead now, 14-12, and matr0x is there in the distance with that railgun out. But look at that, God closing the distance with the rockets. Exactly the kind of play you need to do to try and deal with those pesky railers. And he managed to make it work, gets the frag, but matr0x quickly off the spawn manages to turn things around once again to preserve that lead of 2 frags going into the 8-minute mark. And matr0x in a very open area here with very low amounts of health. This could be bad. He gets caught by a shotgun. What was he doing?
Wow.
He's just standing there like a lemon.
I think he had no idea that guard was near the teleporter.
matr0x. His lead is gone. He's got the LG in the back. He's got the railgun pickup. He's trying to find some option. He's really just walking around being like, okay, where can I go? What can I do? And he's got 1 health. There's not much you can do with 1 health, but die. God, happy to help him die there with the LG. And there's 1 rail from matr0x. He's got to use his aim, just abuse it. Look at that. Through the teleporter. 1 quick flick there. Those kills remind me of Airwalk always. This quick rail kills through the teleporter. And matr0x now has tied the game up, and he's in a commanding position stack-wise. But look at how God is working the angles with rockets. It's a perfect way.
It's all about this next red.
There's 1 rail. Can he hit the clutch second one? He does. Can he hit the next one? No. Whiffs it. But still there is time. Still there is opportunity. Still there is hope. And there is another rail coming in from God. 36 points of health on matr0x. He knows that matr0x has to be so low at this point. And matr0x here is going to go around the corner trying to live. 30 seconds more to live, and then he'll win the game if he can just keep himself alive for that long. But where is guard? Guard's going to pick up this red. 192, 122. That's a huge stack for guard. He can just go for it. He can just rocket jump against every wall. Look at that. This has to be a kill for guard to tie up the game. It is. With 15 seconds left, guard ties up the game, but he certainly doesn't want overtime, especially with a stack so dominating as this. Can he find matr0x again? matr0x at the yellow, at the rail. Guard is waiting for red. He's gonna go for the overtime then. What do you think about that? Should he just gone for the frag, or? I mean, he spent like 10 seconds waiting for red.
I think it's not unwise for him to have waited for the red there, because now he's going to get this item cycle completely clean. matr0x doesn't really have any good armor source on the map right now. Like, he's going to lose this yellow in a second, or even die. And you know, guard does have enough time to do a little damage before the red and secure it. He should not get this kill now. It'd be best to leave him a little weak. But well, it's going to work. Yeah, he's going to win easy now.
Yep, fair enough. Going with the super safe play to secure victory. matr0x, again, typing in the chat a little bit of unhappiness, a little bit of whine, some complaints. And guard is going to happily take map number 1 between these two. And it was a very close affair, and interesting to see what happens on the next maps. Guard is really, really, really good on Blood Run, so I'll be interested to see Blood Run, but matr0x has destroyed the likes of Evil on Blood Run as well, so it's really a great map for both players. But we haven't seen Blood Run yet, so much to my surprise. And this is actually the penultimate match of this group. The next one will be Jula versus Guard as the 6th and final match of this group. And there we go, one rail coming in from guard. But I mean, at this point, 30 seconds left, 6 frags, he's got this in the bag. And guard can just relax, he can chill, he does not need to do anything special. And going into the next map, do we know what it is?
I don't.
Because I don't know either. They just jumped into the game.
No, is it?
It's it is Blood Run.
Okay.
Okay, that's good, because I randomly started talking about Blood Run. I had no idea that it would be Blood Run.
Very
So
nice.
Blood Run, my personal prediction is that it's going to go towards to guard, I think. Do you have any ideas?
I have no idea. I haven't seen either of them play it in a long time. But yeah, nice. I think it was really nice how guard. So it was really nice how guard won the game by kind of doing the same move that matr0x did earlier in the game to get his lead, which is just waiting a little bit longer before attacking, like waiting until you get like 1 or 2 more item cycles and then going for a really strong push. And so
matr0x complaining that the game is a little bit unfair with spawns.
yeah. No, I mean, it could have gone either way for sure.
Yeah.
Just clutch plays, spawns.
That is Quake. I mean, it can come down to so little sometimes, and especially on a hectic. Again, like a map that's kind of relying on aim, you see a lot more like inconsistent kind of random stuff. Like you'll see, like for example, on a map like Airwalk or Hectic, it's much more likely for a player that, you know, would be considered a lot worse of a jeweler to be able to win. They'll have higher chances there because it's more aim emphasized. So
yeah, it can go both ways. But on the other hand, on a more defensive, low-scoring map, you know, a weaker player has more of a chance to get 1 kill and run away. So on Airwalk, you have a few more chances to mess up, but...
And we're getting live in this one. It's guard and matr0x. Guard winning the first map, Hectic, of this Group A game in the winter season finale. And we're on matr0x to begin with. And matr0x is going to get himself a red armor. And right now, this could be a very, very slow game, but guard being a little bit aggressive there with some good damage onto matr0x. matr0x going to pop up there, and this is there's a typical situation on Blood Run. It's like nothing really happens until the second red armor, where both players posturing and they both converge, as it's the next biggest item off of the beginning of the game to spawn. But it looks like matr0x is gonna be able to get that somewhat freely, as guard basically just gives it away and instead just sits on the mega. So what do you think about this start so far? It looks pretty even.
Yeah, I mean, none of them have bothered to try to lay a trap at the other guy's item, so we've had some fights. But
do you think that that's like a better thing to do? Would you have done it differently, or?
I was kind of expecting that guard would try to trap matr0x into the upper hallway from the grenade launcher.
Guard coming in from below with some LG damage. His stack is not very good. matr0x definitely winning the stack battle at the moment as the grenades come cascading down towards that mega.
This is a tough mega to push for.
God is going to be able to try and defend it. He does land a great damage there. Of course, it's nothing to sweat as matr0x does have a mega and a yellow to fall onto, and also the red coming up. matr0x might take a risk here, leaving the red up, and oh no, he's not going to go around. That would have been an interesting risk. Wise, I suppose. matr0x with the rocket jump up.
Yeah, it wasn't a great fight at the mega for guard. He kind of gave matr0x the whole map by backing himself into that corner.
And matr0x is doing pretty well for stack, but would you say there's a lot of pressure on him to create a frag?
No, but he's going to have his best chance yet now. If he rushes a little bit before this red. Just a little unsure in his footing, otherwise he could have maybe landed a shot there.
Just waiting for something to occur here. matr0x picks up the red, and there we go. The damage onto guard. Not too much, misses the rail. These are important rails for him to hit at this point because he needs, you know, converting this control into some frags is pretty important because the more time you give to your opponent, the more options you give them by leaving them on bigger stacks, the less likely you are to actually make anything of it. And the more likely they are to switch the situation around on you. And now we can see that guard has done exactly that. 100, 200. And matr0x is approaching 150, 150. So no frag yet. 3 minutes into this one. It's a very passive, very slow start to a blood run, and it's, you know, pretty typical for this map as they come creeping around. Red is up, guard's creeping down the stairs, and we've got matr0x waiting at the red armor corridor there at the teleporter exit. It's both chilling. There he comes through with the LG out in hand, going to force his opponent away and drop quickly to that mega as guard picks up the yellow. So guard actually going to be able to try and chill at this grenade launch area. He thinks that, yeah, he was indeed correct with the grenade spam. matr0x does appear. matr0x wants to make things happen, and he wants to make them happen now. See, and he does with the frag, the LG, and he has so much health and armor left. Really, guard did no damage there.
Yeah, I mean, matr0x had a little bit of a stack advantage, but nowhere near enough to get that clean of a kill.
Whoa, guard landing 2 rails there. Through, like very bravely too, through the grenades, and it's even a third. matr0x is really feeling the pain, and all of a sudden guard has turned it around. He misses the clutch rail to get the frag, and that is very sad. But look, oh my god, he catches matr0x with some great LG, but look at the grenade defense there, just again switching everything around. First it was the rails of guard to switch things, and then the rocket and the grenade from matr0x to put things back in the rightful place. Great rail there coming in from guard. Those are not easy to hit. So guard trying to make some aggression here. This is risky. He's gonna, yeah. What do you think about those that risk there? I mean,
hey, I mean, if he was feeling his aim right there, then you know he knows best. But yeah, it was a bit. I was hoping matr0x would have pushed the lower yellow a little earlier. Got it in position, maybe kept the guard from dropping down.
Whoa, nice rocket. Was that mid-air?
That's legitimate. Yep.
Nice, that was pretty sweet. Sexy stuff from the pole. 3-0 is the score now. God is scuttling around.
5-minute warning.
The 5-minute warning. 3 frags, lead on blood run. matr0x, if he plays defensively properly, every single frag for guard is going to be highly laboured. It'll be very difficult for him to get.
No, I think matr0x has to, or guard's probably waiting down here. No?
Waiting up there.
Yeah, close enough.
Trying to make sure that he can stack up a little bit. It's really the battle. Oh, but here matr0x is going to catch guard in the back with the wrong rocket, but he misses the rail follow-up somehow.
Hit that. Still, that plasma yellow has gone up for, or stayed up for like a minute, so.
matr0x up the jump pad through to plasma area. The plasma yellow is usually the home of a player out of control on blood run. You set up your home comforts there as matr0x is trying to find the damage onto guard, but again, every 25 seconds or so, he's not finding that damage. Guard is probably going to pick up more and more health and armor, get healthier and healthier and be able to have more options to make a trap or something. Here he is below the red trying to make a trap. Guard actually gonna be surprised to note that matr0x actually drops facing him. Great prediction from matr0x there. Oh, and the rail to grenade.
That's about best possible.
Looking like matr0x is gonna push this to a third map already. I mean, you know, never nice to call it with, you know, so much time left, 3.5 minutes before frags. But matr0x is looking so in control of this map, and Guard has yet to do something that really works. Another frag coming in. So the rocket jump up, very typical stuff. Misses the rail off the spawn though. 3 minutes left, 5 frags in the lead for matr0x. He's doing very well for himself. After that victory on Hectic, matr0x can feel a little bit better about himself because, of course, you know, he's been showing some wavering, some flimsiness to his mental game, I think it's fair to say. I mean, typically when a player complains about stuff, they're not in a good headspace. And so it's great for matr0x to be able to take this one and really reset things and make himself feel good again about life. And as we move on to the third and deciding map, matr0x can maybe even carry those good emotions through to that map and perform well. So far, pretty decent game between the two. Is there any notable moments from that game, any situation scenarios that stood out for you?
I thought matr0x played pretty solidly for his first kill. And then there was that really close battle around the Mega where he barely survived with 11 health, hit some clutch rails. And then the timing of that fight was just so that he could get all the yellows and all the reds right afterwards. And that kind of gave him the control he needed to, you know, get his solid 6-point lead and take it away.
And we are moving on to campgrounds again. So what do you think about the reintroduction of campgrounds? Do you like it?
Yeah,
indifferent?
I feel like we took a long enough break from it that
it's okay.
It feels fresh again. So.
Okay, so Garn and matr0x is match point for this Group A game in the winter season finale. And off the start, matr0x is delaying the red.
Yes.
Very much. What do you have to say about the delay of the red?
Well, I think he knows that Guard will know that Guard has the stack advantage and the lightning gun advantage going into the first red battle. So he's hoping to set himself up to defend the Mega Health. So we'll see if that happens.
Actually, maybe he didn't delay long enough.
But the Mega got delayed too. Interesting.
That's the reason.
That doesn't happen very often.
So this could actually, will this end up helping or hindering? Well, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, he'd be wise not to enter the fight.
So where is matr0x looking for his kill right now?
matr0x isn't looking for a kill just yet.
Doesn't have a rail yet either. Maybe he'd love to fix it, but there is some commotion over there at that railgun area. Can be able to drop onto that red armor though and scoot away. Mega coming up, but again no rail. He's got the LG there. I guess that's all he needs. Guard going to do a lot of damage from above here. matr0x has to be very careful. He's going to run out of shaft ammo soon. He does finally run out, and now he can't stick around. As you can see, he moves away. He does pick up the Mega. He delays for long enough, but he has no shaft now, basically. And it's going to be interesting to see if he notes that, because he's got 2 cells left. It'd be so horrible if he pulls it out. It's like, I'm going to shaft you now, and it's like click, click. Oh crap! Some rockets. So looks like Guard never wants him to have a rail, which is interesting. And oh, rocket's getting the frag there, and that's going to be frag number 1 for matr0x. And into the 2-minute mark, Guard's going to surprise matr0x with some plasma. Oh, 24 health remaining. Switches to the MG. Great little decision.
It's an amazing surprise.
Guard actually manages to make it happen. So many players catching each other out off guard in blind spots in some of the games we've seen today. It's actually happened quite a lot. Guard finally gets, or rather, Guard gets to the rail again, and you know, still no rail for matr0x. He has not had a rail yet, and he would really, really like one. Guard is always there to deny it. Every single time he wants to try and grab it, he's there to defend. The Mega picks it up. He's going to make his way back to this red. Gets that pick up as well. Should do momentarily as he tries to make sure that his opponent is not raiding long distance. The typical spots are covered by rockets. Here we go, matr0x is going to get a rail. No, he misses the bridge to rail jump. As we're on Guard. You guys didn't see that embarrassing moment. Maybe it was for the better. God is doing his best out of control right now, and there's really not much more you can do other than just pick up shards and get item times and figure out what is the best way to make a play. And before you were saying about defending with LG at the Mega or attacking red basically from above with the rockets, right? So we're going to be looking for that.
Yeah, I mean that was matr0x's play to get control, I guess, at the beginning. He had a good defend with lighting. Oh wow, that was a good trap.
Impressive.
Great little trap indeed from matr0x, catching God in the back. God did not know he was there. matr0x is looking really strong. He's so patient with this stack at the moment. On DM6 you usually see a little bit more liberties taken with the stack in those periods of time when you can really hunt down your opponent. Gets the rail into God. God is not super healthy, but he just misses that next one. I think matr0x still in control, trying to cut off his opponent, control where he can move, trying to make sure that he herds him and shepherds him away from all the items. He's like a sheepdog. And matr0x picks up another frag, another red, and he's looking really solid so far. And God has yet to do anything to break his control, but it's DM6, so it's not too bad if you manage to lose a fair few frags. Someone can get control at some point. Another frag there. So it's not looking good for God.
He's wisely delaying so they don't spawn at the same time.
So God is actually keeping this game very close, and that is of course very important, because as soon as he does get control, is this a mistake from matr0x not being aggressive enough? Should God be allowed to keep this game so close?
I feel like it'd be a mistake if matr0x let God get a railgun, for example, or get a red armor. I mean, I don't think that was necessary.
5-minute warning.
I think he could have guarded that a bit better. But he doesn't really need to be going out of his way to make really strong pushes in the yellow at this point. Like he can afford just to run the items.
And run the items he does. Oh, just missing a direct rocket onto matr0x. That could have been a huge one. And matr0x will indeed sweep away that red. Here comes more defense, or rather, rockets raining in. God going to jump straight for the Mega, but his timing is off. That only makes sense if the Mega's spawning under his feet. And it looks, he just gave it away.
He was off
just gave it away.
Off by 5 seconds, otherwise it would have been a good move.
Yeah, it's really, really weird that happened. And now God is in a world of trouble. 6 frags deficit now. And he does manage to move his way onto that red, but what good is it if he just gets completely destroyed and does very little damage to matr0x. matr0x still with some health left, and the machine gun follow-ups are just providing more and more kills for matr0x. And matr0x is matr0x is really happy with this. If he wins this, it's the map for, it's not just the map, but it's the group points for him. And Kula has to beat, or rather Kula has to play God after this map. And after this game, we can show you guys what the progression of the groups. If you just joined us, you can see how the tournament is going so far. Demon doing really well, Kula doing pretty well. It's always nice to see. But right now, God is trying to engineer his comeback, and so far he's making some frags back. But he's actually making a lot of frags back. If he can get 5 frags in 3.5 minutes, he can tie up the game. And it's something that matr0x did to him. So why not the other way around?
Yeah, it's very, very, very doable. I'd like to see him get a railgun.
Now he has to try and catch. Look at this, he's going to catch matr0x. matr0x not able to punish properly, but God is missing a lot of shaft there. You can really see the differential in aim in that kind of fight, showing you why perhaps matr0x has been so dominant on campgrounds. This is a really important map for your aim to be on. As the Mega's coming for 5 seconds, there is another connection onto matr0x from God. As God waits patiently for the Mega, picks it up, rocket jumps up. Here's red in 10 seconds. There is matr0x hiding below, screaming something fierce as God tries to pursue. Oh my God! Okay, it would have been so stupid if he'd given away the red there, but it's close, but not quite.
Hit the second.
So what would you say for matr0x's position right now? He's got the commodity that is the frag lead.
Yeah, and he's fortunate right now because guard doesn't have a really large stack yet. So if he plays it right, he'll punish guard every time he aggresses a bit. Never let him get too overpowering. And right there, he's doing the right thing just by not even being seen.
Up the jump pad, he's going aggressive. This is the desperation move, and he actually makes the frag, but it's so dangerous. If matr0x realizes, oh, matr0x didn't get a good spawn. If matr0x had gotten any other spawn, he could have just rushed guard down quite convincingly, but in actual fact, guard got a bit of luck there, and this could be game changing because now he goes for rocket jump, but he gets caught by shaft damage. What a waste, but still he has enough health and armor from all those pickups. Oh, gets the rail, gets the LG, gets the frag, takes a grenade for his troubles, but he just shakes it off as he speeds his way back onto the red armor. Rocket jump up. Can he find his opponent? He's got 60 seconds to make one frag. He's got 100 armor to work with. matr0x is just a plasma gun and an LG, and he's going to be waiting around the pillars. God, he's going to rocket jump up. I don't know if it's a good idea, but
what would I do?
Yeah, I was going to say, I was just about to say it's like a CZM thing.
Yes.
Rocket jump up there. God hits one rail. Everyone remembers that moment.
Indeed.
Guard moving around, trying to find angle. There we go. Look at that determination, the grit coming in from guard. Oh, misses the clutch rail. If he'd hit that, that would have been would that have been a frag? 37 health, 80 armor.
No, not quite.
Would he have survived?
About 10 short.
Okay, good. So we have a mathematician here. But matr0x is looking like he's secured this one. It's a great play to him to keep his composure moving forwards. Of course, you know, we like to pick on him a little bit because he's so vocal with his complaints today. So at least he managed to compose himself, keeping his head in the game. And that was a really close game between him and guard. So congratulations to matr0x for making that win a reality on the final map between these two. And the next game we'll go to is Cooler versus guard. So, but first, of course, we'll have a break, quick little break. And don't go anywhere. You don't want to miss Cooler versus guard.